Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Broku back, and welcome back to another Dragon Ball video. Today's video, we are discussing Bardock, the father of Goku. Before we get into the video, please leave a like if you do enjoy, comment down below your thoughts and opinions, subscribe if you're new. Please do not forget to turn on the notifications because, to be quite frank, YouTube sucks. Just because you subscribe does not mean you will get to see my video on time. Also, guys, I'm going to be doing a Q&A soon, so go to my ask.fm and please ask me questions. That will be linked in the description below, and also feel free to follow me on Twitter. Anyways, guys, Bardock, the father of Goku, the Saiyan who stood up to Frieza and his army. He's a very misunderstood character in the Dragon Ball universe, but also a fan favorite. He actually hasn't shown up very much in the Dragon Ball series. He was only featured briefly in the show and the manga, although there was a couple films about him though that just featured mainly on him. One was called Bardock, the father of Goku. We get to see Bardock, who is a badass, fight as a Saiyan warrior leading a squad of other Saiyans. Shortly after Bardock conquered a planet, a member race of the said planet injected Bardock with the ability to see the future. This led him to seeing planet Vegeta being destroyed by Frieza. While Bardock was recovering, his team was sent without him on a mission. Bardock, even though he was still injured from the fight, refused to stay, and he went with them. He arrived late to find his crew was all killed off. It was an ambush by Frieza's men. Bardock is able to take out some of Frieza's elites. That is until Dodoria steps in and takes out Bardock. A wounded Bardock then rushes back to planet Vegeta to try and warn the Saiyans of Frieza's planned destruction and betrayal. But the Saiyans don't really listen, and as Bardock tries to lead a revolt against Frieza, nothing happens. Bardock tries to stand up towards Frieza, and he's no match. He's incinerated along with the Saiyan race in Frieza's supernova. That is really the last we hear of Bardock in, canon. Well, I guess you can count the episode of Bardock, but that isn't confirmed to even be canon. So in the episode of Bardock, it is shown that Bardock is actually teleported back in time while he's being incinerated by Frieza's supernova. And it's actually a long time ago. And at this, he eventually goes Super Saiyan, and he fights off an ancestor of Frieza named Chilled. And then Chilled eventually is the one who passes down the legend of the Super Saiyan to his descendants. So this was likely trying to say that Bardock was actually the first Super Saiyan, the one that everybody talks about, including Vegeta. And because of time travel, Bardock has also been featured as a cool villain in the video games where he is Time Breaker Bardock. This Bardock has a mask, and he is insanely strong. He is able to easily defend off attacks from a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta that was even stronger than the one at the end of GT. This Bardock then gets much stronger once the mask is off, and he can even go Super Saiyan 3 on top of this, making him at least 400 times stronger than Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So needless to say, Bardock is just really strong in the video games. Why do the video games use Bardock as a villain a lot? Well, it's because he's really popular. Fans just seem to love him. In fact, my most popular comments are asking me to do Bardock what if videos. Now, this is not a what if video, but I do promise you guys, I will have a what if video in the coming week that is in regards to a Bardock return. This brings me to my question for you though, guys. Do you want to see Bardock return in Dragon Ball Super? Or anything Dragon Ball related, I guess? Well, my answer to this question is hell yes, absolutely. Bardock has been one of my favorite characters for a long time. I liked the concept of him. I liked his look, the scars and the Saiyan armor. He just looks like a badass. It was so cool to see him stand up to Frieza, even though he knew he had no chance. I also just loved the idea of Time Breaker Bardock, and Bardock actually being the first Super Saiyan in history. So in what way could he be in Super? Well, it's easy, just wish him back with the Dragon Balls, right? But it seems there's been many wasted opportunities for Goku to wish him back. There are years that go by where the Dragon Balls aren't even used, and when they are used, they don't even use to wish Bardock back. So why has Goku not wished Bardock back? Well, it's likely because he has no memory of him, and he also probably thinks his dad was just a very bad person. He was a sadistic, brutal warrior. He was a Saiyan, so he had no interest in him because he wouldn't, get along with him or can be able to confide with him at all. He had Grandpa Gohan as his father to raise him, and he was just likely very happy and content with Gohan being his true father. But still, why not at least get a chance to meet the man? Maybe give him a second chance. You know, just like what Goku does to every single villain in the Dragon Ball franchise, giving them a second chance. Bardock ended his life being a somewhat good guy. I mean, yeah, he wanted to stop the erasure of his species, but would he have stopped with the destruction of other planets and subjugating their people? We don't really know. If Bardock were to be introduced, it would be really funny to see Goku and his friends' reaction. They'd probably be a bit confused because, you know, they look nearly identical. They might even get scared and think that it's Goku Black and he's returned, which that would be really funny. It would be cool for Bardock to meet his grandchildren Gohan and Goten, and then his great-grandchild Pan. He would likely even see Vegeta and pay his respects towards the royalty, as Vegeta is the prince of all the Saiyans, towards which Vegeta would likely give some smart-ass remark. In response, Bardock would maybe show his change of heart and detail battles and exterminations of his time as a warrior, showing remorse on what he did. Then Goku and the other Z-Fighters would tell Bardock of the fights they went through against the Ginyu Force, Frieza, the androids, Cell, Majin Buu, yada yada yada, how they were able to get through a multiversal tournament of a death match. Bardock would be proud of his son and his grandsons. Speaking in regards to a similar idea I had with Goten, what if Bardock got redemption by fighting with the Universe 6 Saiyans army in a war against Frost and his army? So instead of fighting for evil, he would be fighting for good alongside the Saiyans against an evil empire. This would be a great redemption story for Bardock. Now you guys are probably asking, how could Bardock even begin to be able to help the Saiyans, as when he died, he had a power level of around 10,000. He would be obsolete and would likely be assigned as the cook of the squadron. But Bardock, he's a Saiyan and he's related to Goku, which means he has the potential to get really strong and really strong really fast, especially if there are strong fighters around him, which there is. Bardock could easily train for a few months with his son and grandsons and get immensely stronger, or just go into the time chamber for a single year, and that would probably increase his base power level by tens of thousands of times, if not even more. Also, he would likely just learn the Super Saiyan transformations quite easily. Could even go beyond that, learning Super Saiyan 2 or even Super Saiyan 3. Also, he could just train with Whis and attain the God Key, Super Saiyan Blue, or they could just do the ritual again to get God Essence and give that to Bardock so he could become a universal level fighter. It'd be really cool to see Bardock lead the Saiyans to victory over Frost, getting vengeance and then taking out Frost. You know, he'd get somewhat of a good feeling taking out a different iteration of Frieza. Or Bardock could even go face to face with Frieza after he's gotten much stronger. He fights as a Super Saiyan Blue versus Frieza in his golden form, which that would be his ultimate vengeance, taking out Frieza. Maybe Bardock is on the verge of being able to kill Frieza and he decides to spare him, showing that Bardock has truly changed and has had a massive change of heart since he's been wished back to life. Honestly, I would be so hyped for Bardock to return. But what about you guys? Would you want him to return? If so, in what sort of role? You know, a guy who sits back and watches? A fighter? A soldier, like I said? Or do you not want him to return at all? Just let me know down below. So anyways guys, that's it for the video. I hope you did enjoy. And if you did enjoy, please like the video, comment down below giving me your thoughts and answering the questions I asked. Do not forget to subscribe. The channel is doing very well right now. We just hit 12,000 subscribers. And also turn on notifications because I'm going to have more and more videos coming out and I want you guys to be able to see them and not miss out on them because YouTube sucks. But anyways guys, I hope you have an amazing day. Peace out.